Hi, welcome to my presentation. The presentation is the human avatar charged by liquid gold, electric liquid gold, and activation of the light body and the missing divine nutrient. So, a few days ago, I had a meeting with a breatharian, and we had exactly the same experiences. We experienced the same things. Our vessels and vehicles operate in the same sort of manner. We've both put a lot of work and practice in to get to where we are at this point in time, and neither of us expected for us to connect in such a way and for us to be having the exact same experiences. So I thought that from that, it was a good idea for me to actually make a video now concerning this. Reason being is our upgraded state is only like round the corner from us now. and the reason for that is what we're actually finding is what I've been speaking about for a while now is the avatar. The actual avatar is building a light body through codes of electrical conduct. By the way, in terms of how you conduct yourself electrically, yeah, determines your physical experience. Determines your reality. That's how it is, and it's all based on your electrical code of conduct, right? So, for example, we know that the Mayans. Well, this is what he said. When before the Mayans disappeared, they were eating gold. Yeah, you know that the Sumerians, they say they came here to mine gold. We know that there's this massive thing about gold. We know that there are certain families, etc., that gone around the world, scavenged, taken all of the gold from other parts of the world, etc. We know the certain royal families, red bloods, blue bloods. They have this thing about gold, and the thing with gold is it gold? Yeah, its atomic number is 79. Yeah, and so we're looking at 79 electrons. So gold is highly electrical, like ridiculously electrical. Yeah. So with it being so electrical, what it will do if you were able to eat gold, yeah, it's going to magnify the avatar. And the reason that it's going to magnify the avatar is because the avatar is charged via electricity. This is how we work. There is no if, buts, maybes. There's no getting around it. Yeah, your biological clock even uses, electrical activity, yeah, in order to function your circadian rhythms. Our circadian rhythms are exceptionally vital to the way in which our vessel works, which I'm going to be speaking about again, because this is an original organic technological realm, yeah, and we're actually a part of that. We are the same as this realm in quality, but we are not the same as the realm in quantity, yeah, and also a lot of alchemists, etc., going throughout time, even if you look at the Bible, you will see Ormus mentioned. Yeah, Ormus. So if I just read this, for example, it will state here. So it says, yeah, white powder of gold, yeah, ORME, this was the description. Throughout the ages, white powder of gold has been known as the philosopher's stone, starfire, the elixir of life, ormus, mana, orme, etc., and so on and so forth. Right. Orbitally rearranged monatomic elements coined in the 1980s by Dr. Radius Hudson. Right. So why is ormus linked to the activation of the philosopher's stone, starfire, and also elixir? Yeah. Why is that? The reason that is because gold, AU, yeah, we also have, everything is connected, all connected. We also have an aura. This is what obviously what we have. So you can see the lady there with her aura there, yeah. And aura is the first two words connected to gold, right? Now gold, even if I was just to go through just some of these little bits and pieces, right? Gold in terms of its magnetic ordering, metallic yellow. Metallic yellow. Why is it metallic yellow? Metallic yellow, we say the white sun, but gold in alchemy also symbolizes for the sun. It's also a symbol for the sun. Yeah, right. Yeah, the sun, gold, and the sun. The sun, yeah, has the geometry of 6 inside of it. Everything that I'm telling you is stone cold proven fact. I can prove it. It's not a problem, right? So the sun has a geometry of 6 in it. When I picked up this little bit, it tells us here, its atomic weight of gold is 19696. Yeah, it's talking to us clearly. It is clearly talking to us, right? And the reason for that is because everything is encoded through vibration, sound, vibration, and light. And the light carries information. Yeah. So even our words are a vibration. So this is how we're able to syncretize and and connect things up in order to come to an understanding or an understanding of truth. Right. This is how we're able to do it. So if I was to keep going through this, which I'm not going to, yeah, it's going to outline that gold is just amazing. Even just this at the bottom here, it says about 1,500 tons of gold are mined each year. 1,500 tons. 1 and 5 is 6. It'll always keep equating back. Even if I go back to this, you will see there are other numbers in there. It's atomic mass. Atomic mass is made up of mostly nines. It's made up of mostly 96.966. Okay, we got a 5 there, but 1 and 5 is 6. So we know that it's something is speaking to us. We're being spoken to, right? Yeah. So these gold, right? So, but what am I saying, right? I'm saying that we're an electrical avatar. So there are components in us such as gold, silver, and copper. These are electrical components, obviously, that can conduct electricity. Yeah, right. So they are actually within us, but we have been coming from an inorganic mindset, which is more of our personality, not our essence. This is what I've been speaking about recently also as well. The core essence of who we are, yeah, I could know for a stone cold fact, because I'm moving back towards my essence, towards our essence. This is what we are doing, right? So our essence would naturally know, yeah, to drink of itself. Why would it know to drink of itself? The essence would know to drink of itself because it would know that we are electrically charged. And it would know that we're electrically charged, yeah, because it's something that you can feel within you. Our whole realm is based up upon electricity. Like I was saying, our biological clock relies upon electrical activity. We cannot move without electricity. Magnesium, another electrical element, yeah, it takes care of over 300 electrical reactions and biological reactions that happen within the avatar at the same time also. So we would naturally know subconsciously, yeah, that we are electrical beings. And we would know that the sun is charging through electricity. We'd know that. So we would also know that the urine that we create, we see ourselves as a part of this realm, as a divine being. So we would drink of this urine, right? What that urine will do when we drink it, it contains these electrical elements. Yeah, it contains them. So my link now to what we're speaking about with the Mayans, and the Mayans basically disappeared and went into the sun. Yeah, there are beings that live in the sun. That's another story. We'll get into that another day. But the sun is 6. It has the geometry of 6. We were being told this through Solomon's temple, through Solomon. Yeah, because I've said this before, but Solomon, yeah, is, you can't see the other. It's O. This is the other O, and that's why this is the one O in the center. Because what this symbol is telling you, it's telling you, yeah, that this O is you, 6. Yeah. So the carbon atom, 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons. So it's saying to us that we are also 6, and the sun is also 6 at the same time as well. Right. How does that work in conjunction? Why is that so important? The reason that that's so vital, if you go back to our circadian rhythms, in actual fact, very important circadian rhythms, because there was very recently a lecture was done at I think it was Oxford University. I have some of the information as well, but I haven't got it up to show on here. And they run tests on people that were having chemotherapy, and these individuals, they run the chemotherapy at different points of time during the day. Yeah. I think the test that they ran in the morning, the people that had the chemotherapy in the morning, the people that they ran it on, and the people that they ran the chemotherapy on in the early part of the afternoon, I think unfortunately, they all died. The chemotherapy experiment that was done later on during the day, some of those people survived. Yeah, they survived it, right? Yeah. And the reason that they survived it was down to our circadian rhythm. If you try to drive a car at 2 a.m. in the morning, it would be the same as you driving a car drunk on alcohol. Your cognitive functions do not work in the same way in any way, shape, or form. They just do not. Yeah, they don't work in that way, right? So this here, I'm going to touch on it now and then touch on it again, because I'm talking about circadian rhythms. I'll go back into electricity. Right. So here we've got red and blue. We see with red and blue. Yeah. We see mostly in infrared. Yeah. And then we also see in the blue as well, but we see mostly in the red. Yeah. But the blue, what the blue does, it regulates our circadian rhythms, and we get this blue light around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That's when this blue light comes in. Yeah. But you see this red light. This red light, yeah, is 720. But red, if I'm going to use gematria, so red, yeah, R is the 80th letter of the alphabet, yeah, and it breaks down into 666, yeah, which is, I was talking about 6 being the number for the sun. When the sun kicks out the red light, which it does mostly, it kicks out this red light and it kicks out 6, but it also kicks out 69, which is electromagnetism. But when it does that, the red light, right, so it stimulates the tissues, helps them to grow. It supercharges the mitochondria to uptake electricity. Yeah, once that red light is out, that is what the sun does. When it, this is what the sun is doing. This is what it is doing. Yeah. So at certain points during the daytime, our blood pressure is up, so the oxygen and nutrients can be driven through. Yeah. So that we can function correctly in the ways that we should be during daylight hours. It's very important that we eat with the sun. So it's 12 o'clock and the sun's up 1 o'clock. Then that's when we should be eating. That's when our digestion is also at its best as well. And that's back with this blue light here. And that's where we're saying so if you go back to that, there's your 6 again. Look, there's your 96. And we're saying that 6 is is the geometry of the sun. Yeah, that's what we're saying. So, electricity charges our vehicle. There's a missing nutrient that we don't take in, and we are moving very, very closer to our upgraded state of being. Very, very close. I don't think we realize how close we are to it. Right. What is stopping us from acts? There is a divine, sometimes I don't like to use the word God. I think it's even more than the source, the one, the all. Yeah. This is the Most High. Right. The all of all things, of all that there ever is and all there was and all that there ever will be. Yeah. The all. Yeah. So what I'm actually saying is that there's this. This is the missing nutrient. What's happening to the human avatar is that we are not getting there's a nutrient, a divine nutrient that comes from the all, the source of all things, the light that creates this realm. There was a physicist by the name of Paul Davies. His perspective on it is the same as mine. Is that the fetus? Yeah. What happens is the crystals in the pineal gland of the fetus. This is mental existence here. Yeah. Right. The pineal gland here. Once that forms within the fetus, the crystals in it start to vibrate. Once the crystals in it start to vibrate, yeah, it starts. So they start to merge with external light, and they actually, yeah. And what happens is, because it's an organic light, yeah. What happens is the crystals once they open up, what happens is it allows this divine light to come in. This divine light then comes in to the fetus, and that is the soul, and that is you as the light body entering into the actual fetus, yeah, and that is your core essence coming through. That is what that is. It's the core essence of who you are coming through. Once that light carries information, it's divine information, isn't it? Yeah, right. So then what happens is when we come through, yeah, when we first arrive, when you look at a newborn baby's face, you can see the divine ray and light in the child, the essence of the child, yeah, coming through. It's coming through. It's coming through sound, light, and vibration. This is what is actually happening. Yeah, I'm looking at a piece of text at the moment that is telling me, yeah, if we come off subject, we'll get back on it. Right. I'm looking at this piece of information here. This one that is telling me, like I'm saying. So what it is saying is that as we travel through, so it says, what makes every newborn child beautiful and adorable is its essence. The essence in itself constitutes our true reality. The essence that each one of us carries within our interior comes from above. As above, so below. Yeah. As above comes from above. Yeah. Comes from above. Yeah. As above, so below. Ancient tribes have been trying to tell us this since time immemorial. It comes from above. Spirit drops down into the phi cycle. Spirit and matter both have 6 words. Here we go. 66. 6 plus 6 is 12. Yeah, right. So 6 plus 6 is 12. So we're going back to where I am. Yeah. So here, I shall continue. Right. The marvelous essence emanates from the note La. The note La is here. This is where it's emanating from. That note, the La. So to me, this is coming from this one here, orange, which I think would be Venus. So then, the Milky Way, the galaxy we live in, yeah, the precious essence passes through the note Sol, which is this yellow one here. Sol is the sun. The sun here is yellow. Yeah. So then yellow is AU, which is gold. Gold. 66. 6. Yeah. This is how we get here. Right. Through the sun. It then passes through the note Fa. Fa. F. Fa. Fabian. F. A, B, C, D, E. F is the sixth letter. Yeah. F is the sixth letter. Green, which is the earth, which is the heart, the earth. And then we know that the heart, the center point of the heart chakra here, yeah, is a 12 petal. 6 plus 6. Fa, F, 6. These are the 7 notes. Yeah, right. So Fa, the planetary zone, which is here, entering into the world and penetrating into our own interior. Our parents created the appropriate body for the reception of this essence that emanates from the stars. The essence is the basis of a person's physical and emotional and mental makeup. It then develops a personality. A personality is all that is learned in one way. So then the personality, so this is the core essence of who we are. And then our endocrine system runs through our bodies, and we have organs in our bodies. And what do organs do? They play musical notes, music of the spheres. Yeah. So it's all light, sound, and vibration. This is what's happening. Right. These colors that you can see here are here, aren't they? These are them. The 7 notes are the 7 endocrine glands in your avatar. The 7 notes that we see there are also the electromagnetic spectrum. Now we can only see visible light within the electromagnetic spectrum. So what am I saying? What I'm saying is this. Because we can only see visible light, we get tricked inside of an illusion. What is that? The illusion, again, is this. Our cells and DNA use biophotons to store and communicate information. The information that I'm speaking about is the divine information that comes from the source of who we are. The divine, Christic information. Yeah, comes from light. But what happens is, as I was saying, as the fetus comes through, as the core essence, we can know this light, we can know electricity. Yeah. But once we step into the personality, this disappears. The fall of man is when man starts using fire to burn Christic divine life force energy, which is this here. Yeah. So what I'm saying is this. When we eat cooked food gives us the wrong information, and it stops us from accessing our higher divine state of being. It stops us from upgrading. It stops us from accessing and becoming a new kind of more advanced human avatar. Because you see, the light and electrons, this divine light, we transmute it. It travels in between the spaces of the cells with electrons, and it carries this divine information. Yeah, it carries this divine information. Right. What happens is, so with it carrying this divine information, yeah, right. If you eat cooked food, once we cook the food, the divine information disappears. We can't get it. What happens is, with this divine information, is this: everything is a play of sex. You see, I said 6, and 6 is sex. What happens is, these light photons, they excite and arouse molecules. That molecules such as chlorophyll and melanin, such as this. This is what it does. Yeah. So it arouses them. Right. So let's have a quick look at that. The broad spectrum. Right. Okay. So here we can see. So it says it's thought to be, so it has a broad absorption spectrum, absorbs thousands of times more electromagnetic radiation photons than chlorophyll. Melanin does this. Exists in many tissues besides the skin. Right. Is present in a developing fetus. I was speaking about fetus. Yeah. Thought to be a master molecule for steering biological processes in the body. Thought to be a master molecule for steering biological processes in the body. Without the light, it doesn't function to its optimum potential. Without the light, we do not realize who it is that we truly are. Without the light, it isn't possible for us to access our higher state of being if we're not encased in the light. Yeah. I said light and electrons. So what happens is, we need to electrically charge ourselves in order to access this supreme higher state of being. So I was saying to you that what happens is molecules, yeah, are excited and aroused by the light photon. So the light photon triggers this, yeah, and this is what then allows the avatar to then begin to raise up like a thermometer. Yeah, this is what actually happens. So we become more sensitive, and then when we raise up like a thermometer, you see, we have red and blue shift, which is what I've been speaking about. Yeah, red and blue, electricity and magnetism. Yeah, so then even this pH spectrum, it will show you, you have the red, and then you have the blue, red and blue. Yeah, always red and blue. Before I continue on that, I want to touch on something more important than I think than that. The upgrade and the advancement of the human avatar. What does that mean? What that means is light is oscillating magnetism. Yeah. So what happens is, this is what I'm speaking about is what they don't want you to know. Right. Yeah. What it is this. Light is oscillating magnetism. So once the avatar, yeah, is electrically charged, yeah, once the avatar is able to superconduct, it becomes a superconductor of electrical energy, yeah, we then are able to access and activate our light body. So then, just when I look at my notes to make sure I give you the match correctly, yeah. So with magnetism, with it being magnetic, right, we are able, we become, with the light photon, once we are getting the divine nutrient, we are supposed to be taking in the divine nutrient, the missing nutrient, and nothing else. Once we are doing that, we become ultra sensitive. You need these to pick up this, to pick up any of these, to pick up that, pick up this. You need to be ultra weak equipment to be able to pick this up. Ultra weak. You can't pick it up otherwise. Yeah, red and blue shift. Right. So you can't pick that up at all. So what happens is with the avatar, I'm going to be meaning to do a post on this for a while now, is that we have to become super sensitive to our, and then we become super sensitive, we're then able to tether to the organic realm surrounding us. Electromagnetic radiation is everywhere, intertwining with other aspects of electromagnetic radiation in order to make magic happen. This is what is happening all the time. Once you are a conductor, a superconductor of electricity, and you become super sensitive, and the energies they raise up, what happens is you start to be able to manipulate your reality through thought, because thought is also a wave. Everything is the wave. You see, your mother your mother is not another, because your mother is the wave. Yeah, and she's Trinity plus Trinity, which makes infinity, which makes 6. Your Merovingian bloodline family, this is their crest. They knew it. This symbol here is the yoni. It's my profile symbol. This is the mother, the divine feminine. You see, Trinity. Yeah. 1 set, and then 6, which is the 9. But 9 is really 10, which is really Zen. So, it was saying that what happens is, through the wave, everything is a wave. So, light is magnetism. So what I'm saying to you is this: we are able to magnetize. We become so sensitive, and we become such a conductor of electricity, yeah, that we raise up through electricity. Because you see, in the lower region is electric, and then as we rise up, we'll reach magnetism. Magnetism is what comes out at night time through melatonin. M. Remember your mother. Melatonin. Magnetism. Drawing, pulling, yeah. So what happens is, through raising ourselves up to this state of being, through immersing ourselves in the divine missing nutrient, yeah, we are able to begin to co-create and manifest our own reality, because we are able to magnetize thought waves to us. Then what happens is we would have to be able to differentiate between this is what mastery is all about, self-mastery. And this is why they don't want everybody going around mastering themselves and becoming this super powerful being, because people will be co-creating their own reality, and then so on and so forth. Yeah, and then it's all about and then intention comes into play as well. And this is why we have people say, oh, they're messing around with children. It's voltage to them. Once you have eyes to see, everything becomes it's energy, vibration, frequency, voltage, yeah, electrical currency. So your value is based on your current, and they switch that to paper, but really your value should really be based on your electrical conduct and your electrical current. Because if I conduct myself electrically enough, then I can return back to the point of singularity. And in this point of formless energy is the point of creation, which is your mother. Again, and then you can continue to create even further from there. Yeah. So that is one of the main reasons for me doing what I've, with this particular video, do what I've done today, is to let you know, because I was sat with a breatharian, which that will get aired as well. That will be seen. It's amazing. And what actually happens is, there is a veil that I've seen in other dimensions, in other realms, couple of years ago now, um, I have asked to be seen what is wrong with people. Yeah, and this is before I had this information as well. This I have always got this particular information. Yeah, and it was saying to us that there is a veil that gets put in front of the avatar. You cannot see. You cannot see it because you eat cooked food. And in the cooked food, in our intestines, we also have a brain down here also as well. So then this cooked food that we eat, as it drops down here, it starts to, our lower emotions are here. And this is where we get fed upon. Yeah. We get fed upon for our lower emotions here. The parasites that are here provide an antenna for another agenda elsewhere. Yeah. And through cooked food, this is how your manipulation comes into play, because your reality is then manipulated. Right. So a higher state of consciousness, such as a higher state of higher dimensional reality, etc., is all. If the universe is mental, it all comes from within. So if you electrically raise your being, yeah, and you merge the two forces together, because you see this is electromagnetism, you see, then what will happen is you will be able to reach that height. Yeah. So that is the way that it works. What I was going to just do was going to draw the man, and I've done that. I think I've done that before. I've seen it before anyway. So obviously, when you have the man, you know, I've shown this image before. It's a bit like that. In actual fact, it's probably more like this one, isn't it? It's going to be more like this one. This image here was showing us. I've shared it before. I've shared this one before. You probably would have seen this. So the heart is emitting 100,000 photons, 100,000 light photons per second, because you see the center point is where everything happens. But then I was showing you there's these two fields here. See this field here, vum, 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 and then vum, vum. Yeah, two fields. Yeah. If you take a ferrocell, magnetism, everything I'm speaking about is electromagnetism, electric magnetism. Everything is electromagnetism. There's nothing else. Yeah. This is a ferrocell. This is what magnetism looks like when we put it on the light so we can see it. Yeah. This is the realm that you live on. This is where we are. What happens? You got two forces coming together here. This is push and pull, and they create a force, dielectric plane. Yeah, dielectric plane of inertia. It's in the center, which is the green. Yeah, which is creates this reality, physical illusion that we are in at present. Yeah, but the man, we are also the same, and the realm is also the same. Because I was saying earlier, yeah, how is the realm? How is the realm also the same as the actual the avatar? Yeah, we are exactly the same. Exactly the same. Your heart is the center of the core of who you are. Is the core center of who you're being. There is nothing happening without this. There is nothing going to happen without this core center. There is everything is emanating from that. The biggest magnetic field is emanating from the heart. So the heart is the basis of who we are. That is it's the stargate of who we are. That's the symbol I was showing you earlier. You can see it here again. Yeah, and this you can't see this fully. I wasn't able to get the slides up on there, but I mean going forward we will be able to do presentations where you'll be able to see these more clearly. So then that one there, this is third density, which is Gaia, and this is showing the building of our Earth. And this is third density. You can see this is the heart here, and you can see here it changes in color. So you have That was Earth, Tara, Gaia, so on, so forth. Yeah. Everything starts from a single point of singularity, and it ripples outwards from that center point. Yeah. And it's always been done in that same way. And that is the reason why you see the Egyptians, they were they were obsessed with death. I want to say so also as well, it's very important that we empty our lymphatic system as well. It's very important that we detox, because you see the spinal fluids, this is all electrical as well. What happens is these spinal fluids run out into the tissues, etc. For electricity, we push it through. So this is why the lymphatic system has to be cleared. Everything has to be clear. So anyway, this is an old occult symbol. Yeah, this is electricity again, sun and moon. And the man here, this is Thoth. You can see this is red shift and this is blue shift. Red and blue. Red and blue together, you can see the merging of the masculine and feminine energy. This is the red and blue here. And in this merging creates the 0 point. So when her sun stops, he almost actually, as a masculine giving energy, almost stops and penetrates the center. So what happens is the sun will actually stop, access 0 point energy from the mother, from the center, yeah, and then begin its climb upwards. But it needs 0 point energy first in order to make that happen. Yeah. So then we get through to the 21st, December the 21st, 2020, then we will see a massive alignment happen with Saturn, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto, and then that will continue, and I think it will conjunct again, and then it will happen again on the following year, and then the whole of this realm will be altered because of that, because this is this is the womb of creation. Yeah, I've started for that. So organic, technological womb of creation. So what happens is everything is alive as things move and alter. It's all cyclical, yeah, and consciousness rises and falls. And obviously we're in third density. So what happens is for us, any alteration, any slight movement in anything at all alters everything. Yeah, even with electromagnetism, at the moment you can see the time speeding up. Your time is speeding up. Why? Because it's all about it's your mother. You see, your mother, she moves on the wave. She is the wave. Yeah. Your mother is the sine wave. Yeah. Ave Maria, Mary Magdalene. Yeah. MM, which is 33. What is 33? 30 reverted vertebrae of your spinal medulla lead you from the bottom, from sex, here. Yeah, you're having physical sex. You rise all the way up Jacob's ladder. You start to have spiritual orgasms. These spiritual orgasms, they continue all the way through the 33 chambers. Yeah, and then as we continue, we end up bursting through. We burst all the way through 96. Sun and moon. We burst all the way through 96. So it's very important that we work with the energies of electricity and magnetism. Magnetism we work with at night time. This is telling us here, yeah, 144. These chakras add up to 144, which adds up to 9. In the Bible, can't remember the exact full details now. I think it might be Moses, etc. He says to them, only bring up the 144 that have the 144 marks on their forehead. This is 144 that are electrically charged to the highest degree. Age During is doing this. They didn't want us to know this. How does it do this? I've explained it earlier. Our body, we are electrical beings. We contain electrical elements such as copper, silver, and gold. The white at the bottom of the bottle of the urine is the ormus. it's already there. Yeah, this is why they don't want us to know, and this is why it's very important that we take on a personality rather than continuing as our natural core essence. If we continue as our natural core essence, we will naturally upgrade and advance ourselves. The aim is to become self-realized in the flesh. That is the aim. This is the aim of the game. Yeah, and this is what is actually happening at this specific time. So the serpent is never ever was never anything to fear. The serpent is the mother. It's the serpent energy that runs directly through us. As we become less dense and we're able to raise, it's like a thermometer, we're able to raise this kundalini, activate and raise this kundalini energy upwards. We're able to leave this physical realm. We're able to come straight out of this avatar, because this physical vessel that I'm in now doesn't really exist, etc. But we're able to come out of the body, out of this physical body. Yeah. And when we do that, then we become entangled in this serpent energy. It moves. Yeah, this is the serpent energy, and the energy is toroidal. It's a toroidal field. That is the movement of the toroidal field. Yeah, that surrounds us. It is this movement here. Yeah, many of the ancients depicted this hourglass shape here. This hourglass shape. It's already been seen and been depicted. I have it here somewhere. I probably won't go into it too detail because I've got. Can you do it? Here we go. Bam! Find it straight away. There it is. This hourglass here. This is pre-dynastic symbolism. Yeah, pre-dynastic from before the pre-dynastic Egypt, and under the rule of Nama, which is the son of Menes. Menes came from Samaria, yeah, and obviously your new world order Your new world order started back then. This is everything we're doing now has been happening for a long time. So this is the truth of the reality. Really, is we can access and we activate our light body, right, through our electrical conduct, through the way we conduct ourselves. Electrically means that we are then able to access our higher state of being. Yeah, and then through doing that, we then become self-realized. Yeah, this is a school of learning, but then what happens is this is a multiverse reality. This is what you don't need to know. There is no such thing as death. You don't do this. Is a game. You leave this game to go to the next game. In the next game, in other realms, you don't have to go. You could click your fingers. Things come to you. You may not walk. You may fly. You don't really walk. You only walk here in the physical. When we leave the physical realm, we can fly. We do. There are all sorts of things that we are able to do. Right. And all of this is available to us right now. How do we do it? By accessing the missing nutrient and going back to transmuting light. This is what we do. You know, there are many others. Walter Russell say exactly the same thing. The man doesn't realize the matrix of his own vehicle. When he finally realizes what he is, then he will become a demigod and begin to create his own reality, and she'll suffer no more. Our true state is a state of bliss. This is Walter Russell. This is the same symbol that I've been using for a long time now. There's that one, there's many others. There's this one here. Yeah. This is the nature of our reality, and this is the nature of our existence and who we are. Yeah. So we've got here they have the north and south pole, two points of energy coming together to create a center plane of inertia, to create a 0 point in the center, which is that. And then you can see everything I've been telling you. There's your red shift. There's your red shift. There's your blue shift. This is Walter Russell. Red shift, blue shift. And this is your 0 point here. Yeah. And then the knowledge that I have is downloaded to who I am over a long period of time, but that is what it is. And then I get confirmation of my knowledge when I hear it from others. I didn't realize Walter Russell knowledge was the same as mine. And there are other people out there now also that have the same knowledge as myself. And sometimes it can still be quite frightening. Synchronicity is increasing, time is diminishing. Sometimes people, there are one or two that have similar knowledge as myself, and I'll say something, or they'll say, I'll still see them say something, go into a certain area, and we go onto it in exactly the same time. And the reason for that is because we are all God experiencing itself through different points of light. And this is who we are, and this is third density, and the way to stop yourself from keep bouncing back is to not get tangled up in this Luciferian, to not get yourself entangled in this Luciferian illusion that we see right here. Yeah. So the basis of everything is for us to electrically charge ourselves. At the minute, there are a lot of people that don't realise about the urine, etc. It's them. It's who you are, not just urine. Like I was saying, I was speaking to a breatharian. He was able to do it that way. But what the thing with the urine and what I've been finding, like I was saying, is it contains, we are an avatar, an organic, technological, and a super advanced computer, super advanced technological, computer, super advanced communication system and light system. That's what we are. So you see here, you've got alkali metals. Hydrogen is an alkali metal. Yeah, and also you can use magnetism and electricity to grow things, to make things. The 0 point energy is free energy. Electricity is receiving through the air right now. Even like I was saying earlier, the time is electromagnetic. It's a movement of electromagnetic energy. It feels to us now that time is speeding up. Yes, because time is diminishing and synchronicity is increasing. Because the school of learning of duality is ending. Why? Because we've learned, the living soul has learned what it needed to learn in order to move on to the next level, the next chapter, which is where we rise up into the heart. Yeah. We're not encased with what's wrong and what's right. We've already learned what was wrong and what was right, and now we're perfectly balanced in the state, heading towards a state of perfection, sitting balanced center in the center of our being. It's very, very important that people begin to go to the 0 point, stillness, darkness. There is a massive lack of impatience, intolerance. All these things are born out of not being able to access the stillness and the silence. That is the core of our power. It creates this creating force that creates all things. All things. All of your happiness and desires resides within this center 0 point here. Yeah. So we are to electrically charge and raise this energy upwards. Yeah. Every time you eat cooked food, yeah, you are downloading the information of death into your system. It then feeds the parasites. It then alters your brainwave state. Remember, I thoughts are waves. You jump onto lower band of thought wave, yeah, which is aligned with other lustful activities that are going to be detrimental to the core of who you are, because your personality is aligned with things that will cause harm to the avatar. So just wanted to say hydrogen, sodium, potassium, yeah, alkali metals, alkali earth metals, magnesium, calcium. Did a post on magnesium recently. For the avatar, there is no beating these electrical elements, what they do. We are not, we have a scarcity based mindset instead of an abundance based mindset. I have been on a very long self study for a very long period of time, and I'm doing it right this second, where I'm injecting high doses of straight light magnetism. Yeah, magnesium. Magnesium is light. Using magic. Yeah, magic. What happens is when you align your thought, actions, and emotions, and when I use these electrical elements, all of these elements are being used. There is, once you are using these elements, and you are not using anything else but the elements, that is when the missing nutrient kicks into place, and that is when you are able to upgrade to a higher state of being, and your thought pattern and everything else is then able to align to a much greater state of being than we were previously. But I'm going to end this show now. Peace, love, and light to you all, and I shall see you on the next one. Thank you.